Inspired by the Japanese technique of Yakisugi, we totally reimagined this blacked out, re-engineered 1979 Vigilante Jeep Wagoneer. This is where classic heritage meets modern luxury. Hey everyone, I'm Daniel with Vigilante, and today I am super proud to showcase this 1979 Jeep Wagoneer. So let's start with the aesthetic and the design of this vehicle, because that's what makes it ultra special. A little bit of background around this car. Rachel, my wife, was driving around in the 1991 Grand Wagoneer, back in the days where we used to live in Houston. And one of our good friends always saw her driving and always dreamt of a Wagoneer. So a couple of years later, we start Vigilante, here we are, and she reaches out and has this whole idea about making a black Wagoneer. We start going through, discovering what she wants to do with this car, how she's gonna use it, the environment in which it's gonna live in. And 1979 is the year that she's born. So we had the donor sitting in the yard just waiting for her. And she allowed us to basically go creative and make something really bold out of this car. So once we figured out that we're doing a full Vigilante and not a classic restoration anymore, well, we got to the drawing board and started playing with ideas. The fact that she wanted to daily drive this vehicle just automatically pushed us into the Vigilante bracket. So it all matched up together, but also the fact that she preferred the square headlights versus the round headlights that were available in the prior years. The one-piece bumper versus the three-piece bumper. And then we started geeking out on colors. We borrowed the exterior paint from Range Rover, Santorini Black. Very elegant, modern, but also it's got this enough of the magic and the sparkle in there under the bright sunlight that accentuates and basically elevates the pretty monotone colors that were available back in 1979. The grille, the one-piece grille, instead of having it chromed, well, we played with different shades of black that matched up with the rest of the trim. So a couple of accents. We had the Santorini black on the paint. We have 2 levels of black on the grille. Then we have our flat black powder coating that's applied to the bumpers, the wheels, and the trim pieces around the vehicle. We found inspiration for 2 elements on this vehicle in the architectural world. The thin wood grain on the vehicle is inspired by the Yakisugi technique, which is burning and charring wood in order to preserve it better and also to give it that dark, deep black effect. Obviously, this is not real wood, but it's as close as it will get within the magic techniques that 3M Dynoc offers nowadays. The second source of inspiration from the architectural world is the glass on this vehicle. This is architectural glass that's still tempered and that has this smoky effect in it. Blends right in with this build, especially if you live in Texas. The trim on the vehicle was meticulously dented out. Hours and hours and hours of time spent on this prior to being powder coated in that flat black that we like so much. The wheels are our traditional machined slotted wheels that are now also available online. Fully blacked out and carved out of a big chunk of aluminum. The power steps come standard on all of our Vigilantes nowadays. The windshield trim is all blacked out. The antenna, its base, are all blacked out. The roof rack is all blacked out and equipped with that same wood grain style. The door handles are all blacked out and rebuilt. The mirrors, in 78, the mirrors were that smaller little form factor. 79, we get the bigger, larger mirrors that give you more visibility and are also controlled electrically. Glass on this vehicle is all brand new and cut to size specifically for us. As you walk into the car, you'll find yourself back in a 1979 Wagoneer. The trick to us was to still keep the heritage of the 1979 Wagoneer, but have the exterior shell fully blacked out. You'll notice once you open the door and step into the vehicle that you'll find back that original comfort, the corduroy, and all the key elements that were available in the vehicle. Now, we did take a couple of liberties since this is a daily driver. Full 3-point seat belts, front and back, and also headrests from our later model Grand Wagoneer were no option, so we applied those to it. Other than that, the vehicle is restored to the highest level possible. You'll recognize that dark tone, whiskey-colored leather. The transition between the exterior and the interior was critical. How do you do that in a respectful way for the original vehicle, but still being bold and contrasted on the outside? The wood grain line on the inside of the door is basically where that transitions. All the rest of the interior components were restored to our original specs. We love the thinner wood grain and trim application on these early model Wagoneers. Also the fact that we have the wraparound taillights here in the back, that accent between the new stock red taillight lenses, but the blacked out housing instead of being chrome does the trick 100% for us. This car is unique enough to grab everybody's attention. Now, the Vigilante badging is so subtle that you really have to look hard before you can notice it. So the exterior sets the tone, but the real magic happens under the body. Let's talk a little bit about the chassis and the drivetrain that sits in this baby. Just like any Vigilante, we start off with a fully reimagined frame, boxed from front to back. Modern 4-link suspension, front and back. Brand new Dana 44 axle in the front, Dana 60 axle in the back. 6-piston brakes all around. Under the hood, the mighty 392 crate engine, producing 485 horsepower and just enough for the whole family to enjoy it. Mated to that is a 4L80E and an Atlas 2 transfer case. So let's check out what goes on under the hood. So as you might know by now, the key to what makes Vigilante different than any other builder is the repeatability. The design and the aesthetic is of course highly customizable to your specifications and to your taste. But the reliability comes from repeating over and over and over the same methodology in terms of hardware that we use, in terms of drivetrains that we use. The wiring harnesses are always built the same. Key components are always sitting in the same locations. So the 392 is sourced directly from Mopar. It comes with warranty and can be serviced in any Dodge dealership anywhere in the world. The battery tray on this always sits on this side. In the back, our re-engineered modern climate control is obviously always present there. Multiple fuses on this side, hydro boost on this side, key reservoirs, and of course our Vigilante cooling pack right there. The 392 offers 485 horsepower and is plenty of power to be shared amongst the family members. It's also the responsible one if you're going to share it with your son or daughter and you want them to enjoy the ride safely. Gives you plenty of power if you want to zoom around in the city, but also plenty of power to pass or to drive comfortably at 90, 95 miles per hour. Obviously, all our bracketry is rebuilt and powder coated to match the rest of the vehicle. The hardware is all stainless steel or grade 8, depending on where we use it. These engines come with their own ECU and don't need to be tuned, so they're reliable and do not rely on a specific builder. They can be serviced anywhere in the world. Now that we're done with the exterior, let's hop in and have a look at what's going on there. The first thing you notice in this vehicle as you step into it is its rich choice of materials. This whiskey color leather works perfectly with the black exterior. We decided to keep the headliner dark because the exterior is dark. The original corduroy on the seat is new old stock. Under the seat covers is new foam, a powder-coated seat bracket, and a fully rebuilt electric seat controller. As I place my hands on the steering wheel, which has a perfect tightness and a perfect thickness, I also get a way tighter feel than the original vehicle. Under it, a brand new steering column that looks like stock, but that is not an old steering column that's just been rebuilt. No, it's a brand new one. Behind this gauge cluster, we find back our traditional controls for climate and the readings on speed, fuel, volt, temp, and oil levels. Don't be fooled. This entire gauge cluster has been 3D printed in order to fit these modern gauges that look stock due to their design, but that are fully re-engineered and operational with the modern Hemi. Here to my left are the controls for both heat and air conditioning. The original vehicle used to have heat control over here and air conditioning as an add-on. We decided to merge both into a single control here on the top that looks like stock, basically making the original Jeep better and what Jeep should have been doing from the start. Behind the original looks of this AM/FM CB radio, we basically got everything out and put in a modern HD tuner and Bluetooth control, which allows me to operate my phone and to turn the dials to change the songs on my Spotify, iTunes. Up here, a discrete microphone is placed for placing phone calls with family and friends. The dashpad has been fully rebuilt and is fully leather wrapped. The door cards used to be cardboard, but are now ABS. Don't let water seep in and are way tighter in terms of fitment. All these cranks are brand new and feel tight like they should. Also, this electric mirror switch was known for failing straight from the dealership. We totally re-engineered it, put a modern switch in the back, CNC'd the faceplate to look stock, and now operates these rebuilt mirrors perfectly. The tailgate can be operated from here, but also from the remote control or from the key in the back. This mirror looks like a stock mirror, but doesn't wobble like the original mirror. No, we found the exact matching mirror, but from a modern vehicle that looks perfectly in place, but that functions like a modern car. This whole AC unit duct is 3D printed, then painted, and is equipped with vents that operate the modern vintage air unit under the dash. We also have ducts that bring cold or hot air to the children sitting in the back. In terms of audio, we've got 6.5-inch speakers on the front and also 8-inch Audio Frog speakers in the back. 79 did not come with central locking. Of course, we had to add that. Newly equipped on this vehicle is the modern Wilwood electronic e-brake. Works way faster than the original e-stop system we used to work with, and is also way more powerful than a traditional foot-operated, cable-driven e-brake. Now, a key feature that's missing in these Wagoneers from the start is a cup holder. You guys talked. We executed. The plate that sits in this center console was also very weak in the original design. So we reinforced it with a 1/4-inch redesigned plate that now allows us to operate the cup holders. Can also perfectly hold your phone. For those of you who've had a Wagoneer back in the days, you also know that these door pulls were misery from the start. We totally re-engineered this. It now sits tight and actually allows us to put our fingers in between there in order to pull the door shut. In the back of the vehicle, the cargo strips were also very poor design from the start. We re-engineered those and they're now made out of solid aluminum that doesn't dent. Safety first, 3-point seat belts in the front and in the back. As you know, we have these manufactured by the only company in the US that certifies these to be roadworthy and that meet the national safety standards. Around these seat belts that look stock, obviously, we re-engineered and strengthened the plastic and used nylon and 3D printed these sleeves. As we fire up the car, you'll also notice that the exhaust is a tone lower. Just because this is daily commuter and it's going to be driven by the family, we wanted to maintain the quiet and the calm, but still make sure that the rumble of the V8 was present whenever needed. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed going through this 79 Wagoneer with me. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your support. It means so much to us. As you might not know, we're a small family-operated business that works with an incredible team. And your comments, your feedback, and all your enthusiasm online is fuel for all of us. So thank you. We hope to see you soon again, and Merry Christmas.